Anu mama no. Okay, bo mama. Abele yo ani bo sisama. O sisama mi ambora ma ani zurezu neme. Abele ani zurezu. O sisama mi ambora ma ani zurezu neme. Abele yo.
Now let's go to Mazi Onyemobi, Columbus, Ohio.
Ndewo, Your Royal Majesty. Nwamazi Onyemobi Anyiwo. I have two questions for you. The first question is, how do you intend to engage the Umuaro diaspora, particularly those of us born outside of Nigeria, in contributing our skills and expertise for the development of Arochukwu Kingdom? Some of us can offer training, others can provide consulting, or even things like finding grants and investments.
Ndewo, ka m jụọ, m nwere Igbo zaa ajụjụ a, ị ma ghọta?
His Majesty, biko were bekee.
Ka m were bekee maka na.
Were bekee zayo.
So thank you for your question. The question is, how are we going to mobilize Aro diaspora, particularly the ones that are born overseas, to bring their skill? So we will have from the palace liaison, I'm just using that word liaison, persons for most of the diaspora communities. So we will have someone who will be interfacing with the palace for people in the US, or maybe in several cities in the US, different people. Someone who will be interfacing between the palace and people in the UK and in different places. And the reason why we think that will work best, exactly what you say, is when we have programs that is originating from Aro, for which we need to tap into your skills and your experience. Someone have to make that translation, and someone have to help us to reach you and to explain how you can contribute. As I speak, we are developing positions or jobs, and we are looking to fill positions with people who will work pro bono, of course, for those liaison positions. So if from this call tonight, and from what I hear, just the sound of your voice, you look like one of those liaison persons that we are looking for, please, as soon as we drop out of the Zoom, kindly get across to me, because we really need committed Aro sons and daughters in diaspora who is going to participate. But I can tell you already that our sons and daughters in the city of Houston, they've reached out to me. They organized themselves. They put together a program which they call Echoes of Culture. And they are looking to promote Aro culture in the city of Houston. And in the proposal that I have seen from them, they intend that when I visit Houston, we will have opportunity to visit the mayor of Houston and speak to the mayor of Houston about our custom, our culture, and our tradition. Give him a piece of Umuaro to connect that city with our city, considering that we have so many Aro sons and daughters who are making very solid contributions to the city of Houston. I'm just using that as an example, yeah, of what is possible. And my expectation is that, you know, with what the folks in Houston are doing, people in other cities will do the same once we have these liaison persons who will put together what they believe will be the opportunity to connect the Aro throne and kingdom with the cities where they live. And what I say to people is that it's important when they know that you come from a kingdom, you earn yourself some measure of respect where you are. They know that if they treat you badly, somebody's going to pick up a phone and call them and say, why is that happening? So I think that's why it's important that, you know, we establish this liaison and this relationship, but it will be driven primarily by yourselves who are in those cities. As you can understand, we will be busy with Aro, and you will have to help us to manage all those networks and relationships with other cities. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much. The second question is, how can we improve Arochukwu's online presence? And by that, right now, if you typed in Arochukwu, you may get a small smidgen of our history. Most of the time, it's not even correct. And then a lot of people talking about us, but very little Arochukwu in our own words. Secondly, part two of the question is also better document Arochukwu history, culture, and customs. You know, this document, you know, video-wise and written down-wise and whatnot. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I really think that many of you in this call, it looks like you were in our meeting today in Aro. Because one of the things we discussed was that we're going to have an Eze Aro library. And the purpose of that library is to collect and create our historical documentation and use multiple media channels to promote Arochukwu culture. Books, live theater, movies, social media,
thank you very much.
multiple media channels to promote our culture. If you live in Nigeria, and I think those who live in Nigeria, they know that we have sustained very strong campaign to promote our culture. If you go to YouTube and just type Aro, you will see the volume of materials that we have put out, documentary about Aro and so many things that we have done within a very short period of time. And we're going to 10x it, very quickly. And you're going to see all those efforts, begin to show up. Essentially, if you are on this call and you are an Aro person who is in media, in movies, in the arts world, we will really encourage you to reach out, because we like to tell our stories by ourselves. And what we said to the elders who were at the meeting today is that we are going to organize so that they have our young people who are, tech savvy, will come and record them, tell the authentic Aro history, and they transcribe it to from voice to words, organize it into volumes and things that we can use to keep our records and our history going forward. That was discussed today and agreed. So essentially what I'm saying to you is that the work has begun, and we'd love to welcome more people to be a part of this great effort. But thanks for raising it. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much, His Majesty. On the note about Mazi Onyemobi, I can assure you that I only met him yesterday. And then based on the question he asked today, you already have one of our younger people who is very enthusiastic. It's a matter of engaging him the proper way.